Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dark Asylum podcast, the only spot you need to be for your wrestling and entertainment news. I am the reason it burns when your sister sits down to pee. I am the chosen one, Zack Winners. With me, as always, are my friends, co-hosts, and potential lovers. The reason it burns when your sister goes poop, Darkness.
Hey, everybody.
And, of course, my bestie, the reason your sister carries pepper spray, Big Vicious.
And possibly your brother, but hey, who knows?
Depends what kind of mood he's in that day.
Guys, how the fuck are you?
Hanging in there. We got some snow where we're at,
Yeah.
so
It is
ahead of time.
Snowpocalypse 2021.
Ahead of time, if the volume or the audio quality is shit, at least you're getting a show because
Yep.
we could have just not done it this week because of the snow. But yeah, internet connections are not strong.
I
Yeah.
don't even
No,
understand it because like I got shitty like CenturyLink country internet and you guys are in the city.
Well, we're in the city adjacent. We're not
Uh-huh.
quite in the Portland city, but you know, just outside, just shy of it. So,
just shy.
Just shy. Well, anything fun going on this week?
trying to think. No, I'm such a fucking nerd that I spent way too many hours trying to figure out how to sideload books on my Kindle and make the cover show up, and that took up a whole day of my life, and I don't know all. I mean, I'm so anal about it. I'm just like, this one's missing a cover. Anyway, if anyone's having that problem out there, which I know it's a huge thing, make sure that your picture size is within a certain parameter, and you'll be just fine.
This
Nice.
is the reason people listen to us. This fucking riveting Kindle podcast.
Yeah, it's quite awesome. But I'm currently in the middle of Snow Crash, if anyone's interested. It's a cyberpunk novel
Ooh,
about
I actually own that. I haven't read it yet.
Brandon Sand. No, Jesus. Neil. Fuck, I don't remember now. Anyway,
Neil Gaiman?
no, Neil. I think it's Neil Stevenson.
Oh,
Yeah. The lead person's name is Hero Protagonist.
cool.
It's spelled Hiro, but he walks around in futuristic cyberpunk world with two samurai swords, fucking shit up. Pretty cool.
Ooh,
But yeah, so that's.
fucking dork.
Meanwhile, he sits there and says that he's got the book, but he just hasn't read it.
I haven't read it yet because I went on this like I went on this weird tear where I bought a bunch of books that inspired the Last of Us series, and I've been reading those.
There's a book
I
series
was-
that it was derived from, or
Oh well, it's kind of like inspired by. It took bits and pieces. Like there's one book about the polio epidemic that it kind of took some stuff from. City of Thieves, which it kind of took the general idea from. There's another book. There's 3 books that inspired it. Only one of those is a good book.
oh, okay.
City of Thieves is pretty good. It's only like 200 pages, so it's pretty thin, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, they just recently asked Neil Druckmann what other properties he would like to make games out of, and there's a couple surprising ones on there. Just like so Punisher and Ghost Rider were 2 of them. Did in.
My Little Pony was the other one.
Was it? I think it was.
No.
Wasn't? No, there was something on there that was just
Was it?
really weird. I don't remember what it
I want
was.
a super dark and gritty My Little Pony.
Yeah, I'm surprised Punisher fell out of his mouth the way things are with that right now. But
Mm.
I'm sure Punisher's gonna die somewhere and just never be revived until things calm down.
And then I will be at Marvel headquarters with my own picket sign.
With the official skull, not the Thomas Jane skull.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you get blamed anyway because, you know, you're fucking rioting in front of their place. That's not good.
It's just me yelling and kicking trash cans.
We got a rioter outside. Call the National Guard. It's like,
I want my comic books back. Kick.
oh, yeah. If you say it like that, then you'll be okay. 'Cause come off as special needs, and so then
Bring
they'll
back
look
Garth
bad.
Ennis. I want Garth Ennis back.
Yes,
Kick.
Garth Ennis. Fuck yeah. Anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. Comic book club, because we missed it last week.
And we were nice. Unlike you two, when I was gone, I was nice enough to say, hey, let's wait till V comes back because I want to hear his thoughts on Wanted. But no.
Yeah. Now he's not saying anything. V, are you here?
I'm here. I'm just chuckling how butthurt Zack's getting over there.
Oh, God. Short disclaimer real quick. Whenever V talks too loud, he breaks up because of the connections. So we're trying to get him to talk as lightly as he can.
Big V is a mighty mountain of a man, and he doesn't know the meaning of the word quiet.
Yeah.
It's a large man with a large cock on him.
All balls, baby. All balls.
All balls. The beanbag chair, the ladies call him.
So what did you do, V?
Cool
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go on a rant, so I want to save mine for last.
I finally went back to work after having a week off. That was, I don't know, fun and not fun all at once.
Tell me about it.
Didn't really do much on my vacation. I'm not really a vacation person. There's like, I never do anything, and then especially now with the everything being shut down, it's not like you go to a movie or whatever. But me and Darkness did kind of go all 90s and hang out at the mall.
Yes, we did. We were creepy guys at the mall instead of, teenage kids at the mall.
Yeah, it's not cool when you guys do it in your fucking 40s.
Hey, you know what? If Jay and Silent Bob could get away with it, then we fucking can too, okay?
The moral of that story is that Jay and Silent Bob's are drug addicts.
Well, I mean...
Jay.
Well, Jay was. He's not anymore.
Nope.
Yeah. Now Silent Bob's the drug addict. He's the one always smoking weed. But...
Well, yeah, but yeah, Jason Mewes was into a lot more than just weed.
That's true.
So, in Clerks 2, when he's talking about that, how they got popped for suspicion of mischief or whatever, driving with deployed airbags?
Yeah.
I guess that's really how he picked up and got sent to rehab.
Yeah. The stories that they have on that guy are hilarious. Like, Jay just does not give a fuck about anything. So, yeah, he was driving with deployed airbags.
Now, from what I understand, he's got, the same attitude, but he's just pounding Red Bull all the time because he's, done so much heroin that he doesn't have those fucking, what is it, adrenaline endorphins anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of doing that, and he's got a kid and his wife and stuff, so he's, really calmed down and really cleaned up his act and stuff, so that's always good. But, yeah, heroin's a hell of a drug. Shit.
Don't do heroin.
Yeah. Anyway.
Stick with cocaine like a fucking man.
Crack. Crack's cheap.
Crack is cheap.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, before I get started on shit, speaking of shit men are supposed to do, did you guys hear the Undertaker's comments this week?
Joe Rogan podcast?
On the Joe Rogan podcast, where he's like, yeah, I liked the wrestling locker rooms better when everybody had guns and were kind of racist and kind of held knives, and you might go to a wrestling locker room and die. That's when men were men. Now everybody's playing video games and looks pretty.
I don't think he said racist, but yeah, I don't remember him ever saying he enjoyed it when people were racist in the locker room.
I'm pretty sure he said
no.
He loved, he mumbled the N-word a couple times.
What the fuck? Wow. Well, he's still with the WWE, so the dark hand of Vince is going to come and close us down now. Thanks.
Oh, God, now I'll never get my chance.
What the fuck were... Oh, jeez, what the fuck were you listening to, Zack?
I was listening to the uncut version.
Yeah, while he was on crack.
Well, like I don't remember the skinny kid's name. The skinny kid who's a huge wrestling mark. He just like Taker just kept mumbling and calling him the N-word and stuff.
The white kid? Yeah.
Yeah, a little white kid. It was weird. Well, what are your guys' thoughts on that, though?
I listened to it because I'm an Undertaker fan, and he didn't.
I mean, same.
Yeah, he didn't say it like that. He said that the locker room is different from when he started, and he says that the product's gotten soft, and he just was naming that the differences between when he was. I mean, because you got the Attitude Era that was fucking chopping off dicks with samurai swords and shit versus, the stuff that we got now. Where, I mean, yeah, the guys are still tough and hard and everything, but it's like the storylines. I mean, the Fiend shit's pretty crazy. I mean, lighting each other on fire and shit like that.
Right, but
the Fiend is out of this conversation because he's basically a fucking 80s slasher monster.
That should put him in the conversation twice. What the hell are you talking? He's a wrestler and an 80s slasher? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but because he doesn't carry a gun and isn't ready to shoot somebody, he's not a tough guy.
That's not...
I'm a huge Undertaker mark, but that kind of irritated the fuck out of me.
I think you're taking it a little bit out of proportion, but
it's not. He legitimately said, "I liked it better when men were men," and like he listed off, now they're looking pretty and playing video games. But back in my day, it was like fucking Sing Sing, where everybody's fucking got these big old beer bellies, and they're just like Harley Race is sitting in a corner with an ash like an inch long, tying his boots. You tell that motherfucker.
All he's got to do is go to a fucking indie show, and he's got the same locker room. I've fucking seen all that shit in wrestling locker rooms. People with guns, people doing coke, people, people being assholes and racist and everything. Yeah, just go back to being an indie star, dude. You're fine.
I just think he's pointing out exactly what a lot of people have noticed and already said, that it's not wrestling anymore. It's just entertainment. It's Hollywood now.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that's what it's becoming like. No, I know a lot of people were.
Okay, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay.
So a lot of people were into the cinematic matches, and don't get me wrong, I kind of enjoyed the Undertaker one, but to me that wasn't wrestling. That wasn't a match. You can't tell me that was his last match, or a great match. It wasn't a match. It was a cinematic short film. It was a film. It was they took the wrestling out of it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know whose fault it is? It's that goddamn Matt Hardy. I met Matt Hardy, and he was a nice guy. I'll just say that. But with his broken thing and the compound and all that.
The compound.
I loved it.
Yeah, I mean,
so, I kind of
they have their thing.
I'll talk shit, but I agree and disagree with what he said. Like, I do agree that the wrestling product itself nowadays, especially in the mainstream, is too content. Especially now that they're hiring a bunch of indie guys, it's too flip and we're gonna do this spot and go to this spot, go to this spot without telling a story. And a lot of them do wrestle like they're afraid to be hit. But I disagree on the fact that, I could go into just about any locker room and feel safe. My life doesn't feel threatened. Because I might say the wrong thing to the wrong guy.
Oh, well, it's because you got me and V with you. That's why.
Well, that's also part of it.
No, it's just...
It is a lot easier to talk shit when you got two people behind your back who are over 6 feet.
Here's the problem. You don't feel afraid because you walk in, talk all kinds of shit, and then take off, and then leave me in darkness, stand there going, "Fuck, we gotta clean up Zack's dirty shit."
We should get a shirt for him. It's wonderful. Come, talk shit, leave.
Yo.
Fucking money right there. Print that shit.
Wrestling tees, hit me up. It's a license to print money.
Yeah. But I mean, I've never felt unsafe in a locker room, and there's been people with guns, there's been people with knives, there's been people that have bad reputations in the business for being, problematic. But I've never felt unsafe. Maybe it's because I'm one of the 6 foot guys, and
Well, yeah.
I don't talk shit,
But
so I guess I don't have much to worry about.
But like you hear all these stories about how fucking who was it? The Rougeau brothers?
Hmm.
How Dynamite Kid was like fucking with them, and one of the Rougeau brothers would just like hang around out by would like hang around corners with a roll of quarters in his hand, and just pop Dynamite Kid in the fucking mouth with it.
The reason you feel safe in the locker room is because you're the asshole doing all this shit to everybody else. Yeah, you've never had your car keys stolen and fucking, driven out your car away to someplace else. You've never been forced
No,
to watch
no,
gay porn.
no,
You've never been forced
no,
to.
no. In defense, he left his car running in front of me. What the fuck else did he expect to happen?
How many fucking title belts have you stolen from people?
Well, don't leave your fucking title belt out.
The reason you feel safe is because you're that guy. That's why.
So I remember you and Brian going at it. You and Brian and fucking you got to the point where Brian would bring his gear bag in, get dressed, and then take it to his car and walk it into his car.
Yes, I remember this. Everyone make sure
I do
to
remember
lock
that
their
too.
fucking their cars because of Zack. That's the reason.
No. Brian had it coming.
What did he do to you?
That I don't even remember now. That's the stupid part. But I remember it got to the point where like he did that, and then he'd hide his keys in like a hole in the wall, and I couldn't fucking find them.
Yep.
Because I was hell bent. I'm gonna get this motherfucker. I don't remember what he did now, but I'm gonna get this motherfucker.
He literally would bring his gear in, get dressed, get everything taken care of that he needed to take care of, take his shit back to the car, and then hide his keys.
Because you fucked with him like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. Like this was on for a month. I remember that.
No, I fucked with him, and then he got me back. And then I was like, all right, motherfucker, this is what's happening now. And then, yeah, he like started hiding his shit from me.
Yeah. So, yeah, no wonder you feel safe in the fucking locker room, you jerk.
Nobody wants to fucking incur my wrath for some reason.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean,
coming from the guy who stole all my whiskey and peed in the bottle.
Hey,
that was V. That was
we all drank on the whiskey. I just finished it off and then had to replenish the bottle.
You pulled it. If we would have had more time, if we would have thought about it, we could have stuck it in the ice machine back there, and Zack would have been none the wiser. Until he opened the bottle and it smelled like fucking garlic and motor oil, and he'd been like, "What the fuck?
Why is it so thick?
It's like maple syrup."
Oh.
But for real, V, you need to start drinking more water. That had me worried.
Ugh. Fucking gross. But I don't know. I mean, back to the Undertaker thing. Like,
yeah,
times have changed big time. I mean, when he broke in, I mean, was it Buzz Sawyer? Fucking left him high and dry after he paid him money, and then he stole Buzz Sawyer's dogs. Hey, $2,000 back then was like fucking 6 or 8 for us now. So
you could buy a house for $2,000.
Probably not a good one, but a house.
Well, yeah.
But it's a whole different time, It's like if there were showers at our place, I don't think I would have to worry about getting stabbed for fucking missing someone's spot in a match. It's just not that way anymore. But people did stupid shit for stupid reasons, and it's gotten better. But it's one of those things like Undertaker's like your fucking grandpa or your crazy uncle who sits out on the porch, yells at kids to get off your yard. He's just, it was a different time that he came up in, and he just, nothing makes sense anymore.
It was a real different time. Back then, you basically, you were supposed to live your character anytime you were out in the public eye. You were supposed to be who you were. You weren't supposed to have a normal life. It was real back then. And now everybody knows. I mean, Vince McMahon and the WWE started the charge, and now everybody's on it. That they just give every little secret away and let everybody know that it's like it's not real.
He did it to save his own ass in the steroid trial. So,
Right.
And kayfabe died pretty much then. But
so now you don't have. I mean, those locker rooms, nobody's pretending to be or actually are badasses in the locker room. They're just normal people playing video games, talking about fucking what they crocheted, and Zack's in the back corner, fucking snorting fucking pixie sticks and fucking trying to hide people's fucking underwear.
That was once.
I could count twice, but hey.
Yeah. But I mean, it is totally different. And I think it's okay. Like back then, I mean, could you imagine having female wrestlers in the same locker room as the guys? Like it would be a totally different dynamic. Now we have them changing right next to us. It's no big deal. It's just we are who we are. We're all trying to fucking accomplish a single goal, and things are just different. And it's not a bad thing. It's just different. And I think that he just remembers it being a tougher time, and you were a tougher person back then, and now it's just not the same dynamic. We've gotten too many people in there that it's you got to be good looking to be on TV. I mean, you're not going to get fucking Dick Murdoch to be on TV nowadays or something like that.
I was gonna say, what do you think like a Dick Murdoch or Harley Race would do today?
Yeah, they wouldn't have fucking made it because they weren't the
just like two guys with huge belly. Like the thing about them is that their bellies don't even like wobble or shake. They're just full of like beer and red meat, and they're just solid fucking men.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, shit changes. If it doesn't, then it falls behind. You got to do what you got to do to stay relevant. So
Yeah. Well, it's just like I mean, along the same lines of things changing and being different. So there was a post on Facebook I saw. It brought up the question: since when did the DDT and super kick go from a finishing move to a party favor?
Yeah.
So the way I explained it, I mean, the DDT now is more of a desperation move. It's you catch your opponent, you lay there, you sell, you go to crawl over slowly, you go for the pin, they kick out. It buys time and adds a little excitement. And I get where other people are coming from. It was, there's comments from other people that the human body hasn't evolved far enough to make us into things like that. So why is it different now? It shouldn't be. And I'm just like, it's because, it goes back to where Vince changed everything. He took everything from being real to being fantasy and more superhero and more flashy. So now everything has to be flashy. Like you're not going to finish somebody unless you lift them 6 feet above your head and throw them through a fucking plate glass window.
Yeah. I mean, shit changes. I mean, like you say, a DDT was a finisher back then. So was a running power slam. And it's like now it's the 450 cork suicide plancha dive, whatever the fuck. And guys from that day could not fucking do half the shit that the guys today could do as far as the aerial shit goes.
I can't do a quarter of the shit they do. That's why I'm mad about it.
Yeah, the extent of my aerial abilities are walking the top rope and doing the macho elbow. That's about it. Macho elbow is just a setup for fucking take over because I never hit it because I'm afraid I'll break someone's fucking neck. If not my own.
I try to stay on the ground.
Yeah. Yep. So, I don't know. Like the company that we primarily wrestle for is more old school oriented. So, in that respect, it's good for us because we don't fucking leave the ground. But it's just different, and you can tell. Like I said, he's like the old guy that stayed too long and is not quite sure how to deal with the way things are.
That's also kind of an interesting thing, where like guys, you watch like ROH and AEW to an extent, and guys like us who are more ground based and more ground and pound, they're the oddities on the card.
Yeah.
Where like the twisty flippy guys are the guys who everyone does that shit, but like you see somebody and like, oh, the last of the old school, here's a really old school guy. He's like the oddity, the attraction. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Like back in when I started watching, all the guys were ground based. All the guy, Jimmy Snuka was the fucking high flyer. You know, he was
And
the
all
guy
he
that were
did
like,
was
oh
fucking a
shit.
splash.
Yeah, yeah. That was it. That was all. And that was, we all waited for him to show up so we could see someone go off the top rope. It was anyway, Macho Man. But yeah, it's just crazy.
But here's my thing. So people want to bitch about the DDT not being a finisher anymore, and it's disrespectful, whatnot, what forth. Well, here's the thing. When did a finisher? A finisher is a finisher. Once it's hit, it's done. Right? Am I wrong?
Well, I mean,
theoretically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, why is every single match in AEW? Each guy gets their finishing move off like 6 to 7 times before finally it's a fucking a roll up that gets the pin.
Because they want to see how tough they are.
Yeah, I remember growing up, the fucking tombstone was the move that nobody fucking kicked out of, you know.
Yep.
And towards the end,
when you got the
what?
When you got the tombstone, you were gone for a few weeks.
Yeah, literally. Like, I mean, some of the guys that took it never showed up again, you know. But
Yep.
I mean, that move was so well protected, and it was so well, just the mythology around that fucking move. You didn't fucking get up. And I remember the first time I saw someone kick out of it, I think it was Kane. I was just like, what the or actually it was the double Undertaker. It's the first time I remember. Because he had the
original
tombstone.
Undertaker kicked out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, you get into the matches now, like when he fought Shawn Michaels, which is probably the greatest wrestling match of all time in my eyes. How many fucking tombstones?
Right.
How many fucking tombstones did he pull off in that match on him?
How many tombstones? How many fucking super kicks?
Last rides, gates of hell, everything. They both did everything they fucking ever did. I think fucking Shawn Michaels pulled on a rocker dropper and shit like that in that match. Just like, I mean, the fucking, what was that he used to do? It was like, he just fucking, they pulled everything out in the matches. And that's the kind of precedence that's been set nowadays. Like, yeah, someone will get like 4 or 5 finishers in a match, and like, they're not going to kick out of it now. But back then, I mean, that was the end of the fucking match when somebody hit the finisher. Like, literally, that's what it was, the finish of the match. So, yeah. It's just crazy how went from one tombstone and the guy doesn't come back for another 3 weeks to Shawn Michaels just took 6 of them in a fucking match. But that's the fucking times, things change.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
welcome to
that was our wrestling corner.
Unfortunately, we got one more thing with wrestling we want to get into. But the WWE sold the network to Peacock.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So from what I'm hearing and gathering, it's a 5-year deal for $1 billion for the Peacock to basically carry everything in the WWE library for 5 years and all the pay-per-views.
It'll go past 5 years.
I mean, depending on how well it goes, yeah, because this could be the selling point for Peacock.
It'll be that because, it'll be the selling point for Peacock, and I think it'll go past 5 years because they've had their own network forever, and now Vince, who essentially is still the biggest carny in the world, is like, well, I could just give them content and they'll pay me, and I don't have to pay for these streaming fees. Fucking let's do it.
Yeah. And the way that I'm hearing it, the way that it's the network itself, the WWE network, isn't stopping. It's still going to be in every country but the United States. So it goes to Peacock. Peacock's $5 a month, $9.99. And not only do you get all the WWE content, you get all the stuff on Peacock as well. So
Oh joy.
Well, I mean, I watched 2.5 Men, the finale finally, so and The Office got smuggled on there, so now it's the only place to see that.
Yo, fuck The Office.
Oh, all right, we're done. Zach's off the episode. I gotta mute him now.
Like, my wife, when the Office was getting pulled off of Netflix, that's all she watched for like a fucking month straight, and I'm so sick of the fucking Office.
Okay, so it's not that you don't like it; it's that you're saturated with it.
Burnt out.
Okay, gotcha. All right, we could be friends still. It's okay.
Fuck.
But yeah, so that was the biggest news coming out of WWE, and we got the Rumble next Sunday. So by the time you hear from us again, we'll know all about it. But yeah, interesting. $1 billion for 5 years.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. So yeah, see how if the interface gets better, if the search function gets better, if you can find Chris Benoit matches at all, if we'll see. I don't know.
Well, you can. It's just Stevie Richards superimposed on all of them.
Imagine that shit. And it's not right to censor Stevie Richards. It's fucking half shirt, jean short Stevie Richards running around.
No, I want like late 2000s Stevie Richards, like after he had his throat surgery.
Oh, and he had that really raspy, like Pillman voice.
I'm coming back. I'm gonna get the hardcore title. Damn you, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. Wow.
For some reason, I'm fucking Victoria now.
Wow. And another segue. We'll go into video games, but this will be our bridging discussion point. Yes. The wrestling. Yeah, we know what we're doing. The Wrestling All-Stars game is coming out. So they basically took WrestleFest and they put it with more modern people.
Could not give any less of a shit.
Okay, but now we're in video games. So, Zach, did you have something you wanted to talk about?
Well, first of all, the first Wrestling All-Stars sucked. I
don't know if it's called Wrestling All-Stars. I don't know.
Second of all, fuck Hitman 3.
There we go. Okay, let's hear it. What happened?
Yeah, that's a segue. Boom!
Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Where did he touch you, Zach?
I was so excited to play. I was so hyped to play Hitman 3 because it's the reboot. The whole reboot. It's a trilogy. It's the conclusion to this new reboot, and I was so excited because we're finally getting like an ending. And I love the original series, but we never got like a definitive ending. And we got like kind of teases of an ending, but whatever. This is the ending. The motherfucking game is 4 or 5 missions long, and I beat it within 2 days. I paid $60 motherfucking dollars for a glorified expansion pack of Hitman 2, which, by the way, had 10 missions on it.
Oh man, it's sad because like last show you were so fucking excited, and I could tell that like
yes,
someone just came in and didn't only piss in your Cheerios, they dropped trow and fucking dumped in it right there,
right in front of me too.
As you're eating
Don't get me wrong, it's still a good game. It's still a Hitman game, and I've played every Hitman game since fucking. I tried to run it on my shitty computer with Codename 47, and I love them all. Silent Assassin, not so much. But this one was just like if it was $30, I wouldn't be mad.
So, okay.
But I paid $60 fucking dollars for this game.
So, between these 3 games, what would you say would be the most disappointing? Hitman 3, Cyberpunk, or Avengers?
Well, that's not even fair because like Hitman 3 wasn't broken, and I wasn't really disappointed with Cyberpunk. I'd probably go with like Avengers, but like I never played it because I saw all the
that was the problem. Nobody played it.
I only played Avengers and Cyberpunk. Haven't done anything with Hitman. I haven't had an issue with Cyberpunk. I'm loving it. I haven't got full into it as much as a lot of people have, just because I'm bouncing between things, but still enjoy what I'm playing. Avengers, on the other hand, was very fun for what it was at first, but like, I mean, I don't know. I guess they're coming out with their expansion stuff now for the game, which is supposed to add more to
that's
it.
the other thing. I just remembered that. I guess they released, like you said, V. They released it wasn't an expansion. They released the first patch for it, but the patch actually broke a bunch of shit that they fixed in the first place.
Oh, for Cyberpunk.
Really?
Yeah, for Cyberpunk.
For Cyberpunk, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
were you talking about the Avengers?
Yeah, he's talking about
Yeah.
I was not paying attention.
It happens quite often, we know. But yeah, that's crazy. This new patch comes out and it fucks shit up worse. I haven't even downloaded it that I know of. I mean, my Xbox does whatever the fuck it wants when I'm asleep. I think it goes and diddles my wife, but you know, fucking thing just turns itself on and does whatever the fuck it wants. I can't stop it.
I mean, like it joined the fucking club. Haha.
Okay.
I don't know.
But
I don't know
yeah,
what I
was it like how many gigs is this
I've-
fucking patch?
Fucking, I don't know. Too
Yeah.
goddamn much.
Yeah, it's a ton of gigs, and they just mucked it up even more. But
Yep.
so yeah, fucking
pre-ordered,
Cyberpunk.
I pre-ordered Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Did you?
I
We
need
saw.
to- I need to
It
look
comes
into
out-
that.
It comes out the 4th. Dude, it looks badass. You get to go into a wolf form and then an actual fucking werewolf form and human.
Like I saw like I never looked into like trailers and stuff, but I saw the thumbnail of it. And I was like, this sounds cool. Why have I not heard of this?
Oh shit, we got a vampire and a werewolf game coming out, close proximity to each other. God damn, this is awesome.
How hard is your dick right now?
Ugh, it knocked over the keyboard. I have to hold on a second. I have to put shit back. But all we need is a Frankenstein game, and we're fucking good. Maybe a Mummy too. I don't know. Whatever.
I was gonna say if it was a fucking Lost Boys game, you'd hear Darkness shooting his fucking pants.
All right. Well, I didn't bring it up this show, but so it wasn't me. I mean, I'll just get it out of the way now.
Doesn't count.
Game of Thrones. All right. So now Zack doesn't have to bring that up.
Oh God, what have we done?
So
yeah,
all right,
Lost
video
Boys.
games.
The dude turns the Chinese food into worms. That was cool. I guess.
What the fuck? Those aren't noodles, Michael. What? Worms, Michael.
Yeah, I had,
Stupid.
well, I had
Eating maggots, Michael.
I had a Lost Boys flashback watching Super. I can't remember what season it was, but Sam is in the nut house because he hasn't been sleeping because he keeps seeing Lucifer, and Lucifer's like keeping him awake. So he's in there, he's eating on his burner, and he looks down, and there's just all these maggots, and I'm like, I'm waiting to hear Keith Sutherland. I was just like,
I'm sorry. That movie was fucking awesome. Anyway, I won't dwell on it forever, and I won't recast everything I can think of with people from that movie. So, I mean, yeah. Kiefer Sutherland should play Han Solo, and Diane Wiest should be Princess Leia, and Corey Haim should be fucking Luke, and yeah, come on. Emperor Palpatine should be the grandpa. Yeah, what the fuck? Come on. Darth Vader should be fucking Bill S. Preston Esquire.
No.
No? Okay. Okay, dead air. Good.
This podcast has turned Darkness evil.
I know. He's gotta deal with. He has to deal with us once a week, so now he's an asshole.
My wife who sits there, she's like,
My
"You're starting to turn into an asshole. You need to do your podcast." I'm like, okay.
Just get it out. Just get it out.
Get out of your
bully us.
system.
Fuck.
We're cooped up too long with each other. She's been on like 2 weeks vacation until she could finish school, and like,
Oh, it's fucking terrible.
we can't. Yeah.
Ugh, we got to spend time with each other. It's awful.
Well, there's not much to do. That's the thing. I mean, I've got her sort of watching Wanda. We got that. We finished Cobra Kai together, so that's, Other than that,
Aw.
it's just, yeah. But
I mean, we all know you don't have sex, so that's out of the question.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
I was joking.
Legally. I mean, there's papers in place. There's paperwork. No, I'm just...
Disgusting.
Wow. Okay.
I,
Sex is disgusting. Sex with your wife. All right. Now we know how Zack feels.
no, sex with you is disgusting.
Oh, because firsthand. It sounds like. Let's tell everybody the story, Zack.
Like your wife is a fucking trooper. I'll just lay that out. I know she listens. She's a fucking trooper. She is the one throwing herself on that grenade.
What the fuck is that? Jesus, dude.
Make fun of Game of Thrones again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm trying to think, what fucking got him going? He must really be pissed at Hitman 3. Oh, yeah, Game of Thrones. There we go.
I made fun of Game of Thrones.
Don't fucking sit there and tell your wife she's a trooper for, because you said something about the Lost Boys. What the fuck?
You said shit about Game of Thrones, so he's putting on his fucking little cape and his crown, and he's like, "Fuck you, don't just."
He was already wearing it when the show started.
I bet his chair is a chair of swords.
Like cheap plastic molded chair.
I won't lie to say I haven't looked into that. I won't lie to say I either have or have not a replica cloak of the Nightwatch. So.
Oh shit. So
anyway, making it while he does the podcast.
Fucking, I am the Nightwatch. It's like, oh shit, he's been drinking too much.
He peeks his head out the door and goes,
"Time for sex."
He peeks his head out the door and goes, "Now remember, kids, I'm doing my podcast. You know what that means?" They're like, "Daddy's naked."
I am the sword in the shadows. Nightwatch cloak.
Oh fuck. Oh,
anyway, back to video games.
Now we got more video. Oh yeah, go for it.
I got a couple, because I'm the video game boy on the podcast. Remember?
Yeah, you're the one that can afford to stay up with it, but yeah.
Konami's closing down.
No shit.
No shit.
What does that entail?
They've been really vague on it so far, but at first they just were like, okay, we're not doing video games anymore. We're just focusing on fucking pachinko machines.
Oh, that's
and
right.
They were turning like Silent Hill into pachinko machines and like Metal Gear Solid pachinko machines, but apparently they're not going to be doing that anymore either.
Oh shit.
So I'm kind of hoping that Hideo Kojima picks up the Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid licenses.
Yeah, I mean, I had heard that there was going to be a Metal Gear Solid remake, so...
Well, that's the thing, is that, like, Kojima and Konami had, like, such a messy breakup, and then they're kind of slowly in talks and slowly, like, making up to make a Silent Hill game.
And now Konami's taking a header.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because Konami's been fucking trash, and now they're just like, well, I guess we're closing down now.
Konami's been going downhill since Contra.
The first one?
Yeah. I didn't even play the newest. Yeah.
Oh, it's garbage.
That's what I've heard, fortunately.
Oh my god, it's fucking trash.
Yeah.
I rented it off of Redbox and played it as a curiosity. Konami, I want my $4 back.
Shit. That's that bad. I mean, can you imagine if they'd actually done something cool with their licenses? So what they got?
Well,
they got Castlevania, they got Contra, they got Metal Gear, they got Silent Hill, they got. I mean, can you imagine if they had like Castlevania type game with like Silent Hill gameplay.
I
Something
mean,
like that would
all
be
they gotta do
badass.
is look at all they gotta do is look at what Capcom is doing right now with Resident Evil, and be like, oh, we could just do this with the awesome properties that we own. But no, they just want to make fucking pachinko machines, which I don't even understand how fucking pachinko works.
It's like a pinball machine set on its side. Like
It's like a pinball machine, but stupid. I
yeah.
kind of get it.
Yeah. It's huge
And
in
then gambling
Japan.
is
Huge.
yeah, huge. Like huge parlors where like they quote unquote don't gamble, but you could get all these little metal balls, and then you take them and you get a gift certificate, and then you walk across the street, and there you could get money.
Yeah. That's how they got around gambling in Japan. But you take your metal balls and you could go to the fucking vending machine with the women's panties in it, and you're all set. Because Japan is awesome.
It's like a country that was made for me.
Video games, anime, and women's panties in a vending machine. I'm there. Tentacle porn. Yes.
Once I get my job in Japan and my apartment going, you motherfuckers are never gonna see me again.
It's gonna fucking be lost on the internet for all time.
Jesus.
So other videos. What?
Sitting on his pile of women's panties.
A pile of women's panties. And
naked in his cloak.
I got all my fucking statues of the anime girls with the big titties. Yeah.
Do you ever wonder, like in Japan, if the things that we think are huge for us are like huge for them, or they're just like, that's a kid show. I don't give two shits about that. You know, like us fucking loving Dragon Ball Z to them is like loving fucking My Little Pony or something. They're just like, that's kid shit.
Not, from what I understand, not so much. It's like there is just like a whole like subculture of that kind of shit, because Dragon Ball still is just huge over there. Well, it's basically just like Goku's like the Japanese version of Superman.
Oh, okay, so he's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I have is I've talked to people from England and nobody knows what Judge Dredd is. So that's my thing. I'm like, I love it, but nobody fucking what Judge Dredd is. So it's like the same kind of dynamic, or is it, you know?
No, not so. There are some things where they're just like, no, that's stupid. But like you said, Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball's fucking huge over there.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon, is that just like a kid's cartoon for them and it's nothing here? I mean, okay, so it's huge there.
Yeah. The thing that kind of caught me off guard that's like really huge over in Japan is Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they love Star Wars as long as you don't have black people on the poster. So
that's right. I forgot.
Fucking John Boyega, man, he got screwed in Japan, and like that was just crazy.
That's harsh.
The what?
That's harsh.
Yeah.
Harsh. What happened?
Look at the oh no, it's the Chinese poster. Japan's fine. Never mind. What am I saying? I'm a fucking idiot. Asia.
No, because I totally thought it was. I could totally thought it was Japanese too. So I'm an idiot with you.
No, China took their poster for the Force Awakens, and like John Boyega was so tiny on that poster, and it's still like a problem. People are mad about it. But so at this point, yeah. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I have no frame of reference as to where we're at now.
No.
Japan. Panties.
Oh, wait.
I'm trying to fucking carry on the goddamn podcast.
I was too, fucker. Speaking of Japan, Kong vs. Godzilla. We got a preview. All right, go ahead.
So Kong vs. Godzilla, like, I was going to go on with video game stuff, but this is kind of like, I want to talk about this while it's fresh in my head.
Okay.
Do you think that they're going to do the thing they did with the first King Kong vs. Godzilla, where, like, in America, King Kong won, but in the Japanese version of the movie, Godzilla won?
I didn't remember that. I remember them both fighting and falling into a volcano together. So
the way I remember it is that, like, they both fell into the ocean, and then like King Kong stood up and started walking away, like wading through the ocean. And they're like, "Oh, he
Yeah.
won,
So
goodbye."
the American version, King Kong won, and the other the Japanese version, Godzilla won. They're two different endings.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Huh. Like I said, I might have just read the fucking book or something and they both fell into a volcano. But
Isn't it kind of weird how they're kind of like Godzilla at this point has like 3 new movies, but they're trying to make Godzilla the heel of the movie.
yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
Well,
Like Kong's a murdering son of a bitch on his island. He just fucks with shit just to fuck with it. Oh, but he likes pretty women, so I guess he's okay. He's a face.
so the last movie they made, Godzilla was kind of a face. He wasn't necessarily a heel.
Oh, didn't they call him in to take out
didn't
the
watch
other
the last one
monsters?
movie.
I
Yeah.
did, but I fell asleep. So
I mean, I don't remember it all that well, but he was brought in because he was the king of the monsters or some shit like that.
yeah. I remember that much of it, but I don't know. Did you like the last Kong movie?
Yeah, it was
I
right.
haven't seen the last.
The Kong of Skull Islander? I liked that one.
Yeah, that was all right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, the fuck.
But since we're on the topic of Godzilla versus Kong, just real quick, they pushed it back one more week, so it's going to be out at the end of March.
Oh, okay. I just saw the first preview for it, so I was excited that I saw a preview for it.
That preview was badass, bro.
They're like standing on that
pretty
boat, punching the shit out of each other. It's just like, this is
So-
awesome.
Yeah, that trailer, in 24 hours of its release, it had 15 million views.
Jeez.
Nice. So people are actually interested. That's good.
And it's coming to HBO Max.
Yeah, you don't have to leave the house for that one. So
I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on that because I really miss the movie theater.
I miss
mention
it
that
so
like
much.
once an episode, but I really miss going to the movie theater.
if the one at the mall right by us opened, I would probably go. But
Yeah.
the next closest one for us is too the fuck far away, so I'm like, I'm not gonna bother. But with it being on HBO Max, I'll watch Kong vs. Godzilla. That's no
pretty
biggie.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
I
kinda
don't
where
even
I'm
know
at.
where
You
I
what?
don't know where I saw this article. So I think it was AMC
AMC
ended up
theaters.
they ended up raising like a shit ton of money to keep from closing down.
Oh yeah, and they're also getting a bunch of grants and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Well, we're setting in for a dark winter, so it won't be any time within the next 3 or 4 months. But
No,
I mean, we went by it. We went by the mall and they had those big look like a steel cage around the theater. So
well, yeah, they put those up anytime the theater's closed.
yeah,
Like
but
even if it was, but yeah, it's done.
we go walking up to the mall by the theater on the theater wall is like these sun bleached posts for fucking movies that were like they
They're
had
like 2
like
years old.
Sonic was on there, Birds of Prey. I was just like, wow. Can barely tell what they
Supposed
are.
to come out last year.
Yeah, but it's just fucking sad,
Quick
you
side
know.
note. Quick side note. I was just scrolling on Facebook, and I saw something that might interest you, Darkness.
Uh-oh. Is it about my fucking pertinence to bondage gear? 'Cause that was alluded to in
Sort of.
the fuck. I jump on Facebook and I'm like, oh, I gotta promote the show, and I see somebody already has, and it's like, oh yeah, Darkness's love of bondage gear. I'm like, well, wait, what?
Is that me?
I don't know.
What did
That
we
was
talk
big.
about?
The title of the show was Spoonman and the Gimp Mask.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yes, I remember because we were talking about your love of being tied up and,
What the?
in your words, being a meat pinata.
Zack fucking remembers shit way different. First, it's the Joe Rogan podcast, and then it's our own fucking podcast. He's on fucking drugs when he's doing this show. I swear to God.
Here's the problem. He's literally sitting there having a totally different conversation than we are, and like fucking. He's like, yeah, you remember when you said you like to put your fucking dick in a mousetrap? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's like he's laying in the fucking floor of his closet in a fucking Nightwatch robe, naked, dropping acid.
First of all, I'm in my $200 gamer chair.
Oh, naked.
The rest of it's pretty accurate. There's
no
second of...
I'm not laying here. I'm sitting in my gamer chair. Oh,
sitting in my gamer chair. I have a nice little desk.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking of your love of bondage gear, this combines your two loves though. It's bondage gear and vampires.
It's
Stay Wicked presents Blood Lube.
What?
Yeah. Hold on. Here's the advert. Have an odd fetish? Are you a vampire? Do you like being freaky? Blood Lube might just be for you. Get it all up in me, Daddy.
Wow.
I made up part of that.
The lube part. That was the only thing he made up.
No, I saw a thing for Blood Lube, and I thought you might be interested in it.
That's scary enough on it.
Or they'll listen to this and give us a sponsorship.
There you go. Yeah, our first sponsorship is fucking Blood Lube. Awesome.
You know, it's fitting.
You see, I have a fucking fear of that happening while I'm having sex, so I don't think me doing it purposely would be a good thing.
Wait, hold on. What?
Blood lube? Like,
you've never
I've got my blood wings.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know you have because you're fucking sick. So, only time you will have sex with your wife.
Oh, it's like, is it that time? Let's have us some sex. What?
Stay right there. I gotta get my Keith Sutherland costume.
It's not Keith Sutherland. What the hell? It's basically just a leather jacket. Oh, wait. Never mind.
And a blonde wig.
I already have all that. Yeah.
That's what Dark just puts on the blonde wig.
It's just the blonde wig. The spiky hair.
Vampire teeth, but not even the nice ones, the ones you get out of the egg machine.
Yeah. It's like that molded one piece of plastic.
That cuts your gums.
Oh, yeah. I remember that shit from being a kid. Then they had those other ones that were just the two fangs, and you put that weird gel shit in it that would harden, and I was always afraid it would pull my fucking teeth out if it got stuck. So.
Did you ever get the? I know you did, Darkness. Big V. Did you ever get the ones that were like candy, but they tasted like shit?
The wax ones?
The wax wings.
Yeah. Fucking terrible.
It's vampire candy, but you're like, oh, it's like eating a fucking candle.
Yeah.
No, there was the fucked up ones too that you bit into the back and it would leak out like the cherry juice or whatever for like blood, but it just made all these kids fucking sticky and like fucking, they wake up the next day with a fucking ant beard. It's like, what the fuck?
I have a beard of ants. It's only cool if you do bees. Get the fuck out of here.
You're only a real man if you do bees.
Yeah, damn it. Those Africanized ones, because they're mean motherfuckers. Or weren't we supposed to get those wasps that were supposed to annihilate us? Or is that coming still this year?
But apparently they died off because they can't survive our climate or some shit.
They were supposed to be wild, crazy bees, but we were saved at the 0 hour by Bat Boy. Okay, well, that works, I guess.
That's fucking crazy you brought up Bat Boy because I always thought the weekly world news was like some weird fever dream I had.
No, that shit was real.
Yeah, it was very real.
The stories weren't, but the publication was. Yeah.
Yeah, those newspapers are fucking
alien? Cool.
The Inquirer, and then what else was there?
We're talking about the weekly world news.
There was other weird ones, but yeah. Those were always
But yeah,
fun.
like because that one had Bat Boy,
Uh-huh.
and then
Fucking bad.
like I watched like a weird little documentary on Bat Boy, and I was like, oh, this actually happened, and they chronicled like in the Weekly World News, he had a whole like birth, life, and death storyline.
He's got like these like legitimate fucking journalists sitting there writing this story on this.
Did you know there was a fucking Bat Boy Broadway play?
No.
I do.
Okay.
That's like, I do.
He sounds so proud of that too. He's just like, I knew all about it.
I knew all of it.
Oh, I remember there's
I
an Evil
know
Dead one that I
all.
wanted to see, but
God, that'd be so cool.
yeah.
I watched the Shrek one. It was fucking weird.
Shit.
Because like it's just this big fat guy with like they put the makeup on him and it's like Shrek proportions to his head, and it's fucking upsetting to look at.
Oh fuck.
I just know I wanted to go to the Evil Dead the musical, and because the different zones they had like the total gore zone, the slight splatter, and it went in levels to how far back you got sat. You sat up front. You sit up front, you just get drenched.
It's like a fucking Gallagher show.
Gallagher, yep.
They sell ponchos at the fucking front door. That's awesome. Gallagher's a little beyond your time there, Zach. Sorry, kid.
Oh, no,
Gallagher?
I know Gallagher. I tried, like, I always heard about Gallagher, and then I tried watching him, and he's fucking corny as shit, and I couldn't get into it.
He's fucking hilarious. And
you see him when he had hair or when he was bald?
Uh-huh.
He had hair.
Okay, that was the cheesy stuff. He got bald. He fucking got like dark. It was kind of interesting to watch.
Whoa!
I loved how that
do
dude
want to
was
see
like.
Dark Gallagher now.
He would try so hard to get that shit to fly clear to the back of the fucking. He's like, oh, you think you're safe? He would come up with the different fucking like the shooters and shit. He's like, yeah, you all thought you were safe getting in the back seats, right? And he'd roll out that fucking cannon.
The Sledge-O-Matic, yes.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, the 80s comedians were the best because they were out there and they were all fucking coked out and they were just oh my god. Howie Mandel was funny as shit. Robin Williams was just out of his mind. Yeah. With coke. Both of them with coke. Bobcat Goldthwait could be a comedian in that day and age, and it was awesome.
Bobcat.
Yeah, I love it.
Sam Kinison was fucking hilarious.
Oh, Kinison, yeah. Yeah, that was good shit, man. We don't have that stuff anymore. We barely have fucking stand-up comedians anymore. They tell one bad joke and they get canceled.
Joe Rogan's still funny.
Who?
I hate his. Joe Rogan's still funny. I hate his podcast, but like his stand-up specials, I like.
Joe Rogan's pretty funny, but here's the thing: nowadays, anybody says one wrong thing, it's like fucking you're like in like the chair thrown at you. Fucking back in the day, Eddie Murphy and fucking all of them were talking. They're just like straight up like fucking no filters.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Chappelle can still pull it off. He can still do whatever the fuck he wants. He's one of those blessed few that can do that.
They tried to get him in trouble about something, and he just kind of blew it off, and nobody remembers it now.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the only way you can fucking do it. I mean, this is their job. This is what they do. And if you find it offensive, what the fuck are you doing there? You know, like Eddie Murphy. If I go to a fucking Eddie Murphy show, I know white people are gonna get fucking talked shit on. I know, and I'm okay with that because it's fucking Eddie Murphy. But it's funny.
If I go to a Michael Richardson's show, I know what I'm in for.
If you go where?
Michael Richardson.
Yeah, his last show was a while ago, but I don't know.
It got fucking weird.
Yeah,
I still love Eddie Murphy talking shit about Bill Cosby.
Yes,
he's all. I got a call from Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor's like, tell that pudding-eating motherfucker to shut the fuck up.
The whole time He's talking about being on the moral high ground with Eddie Murphy the whole time. He is just quaaluding and raping people left and right.
Yeah, like the biggest dark
That's why
spot
it's so
for
much more funny now.
yeah, the biggest dark spot for Eddie Murphy is Pluto Nash and My Girl Wants to Party All the Time. Bill Cosby's is significantly more darker than that. So,
you ever watch like? Do you ever see like the thing that started it all when Hannibal Buress called out Bill Cosby?
no.
Hannibal Buress like straight up like it's. I'll send you guys the clip later, but he like straight up he's like, "Oh yeah, Bill Cosby is a rapist," and he got booed off stage.
How long ago was this?
This like it kind of kicked off the whole looking into Bill Cosby's past.
Mm.
So it was however long ago this whole shit started.
So how did he find out?
I'm
Probably
sure.
heard story, but it's probably one of those things where like, oh yeah, Bill Cosby rapes people, and then Kevin Spacey likes to have sex with the underage boys.
I'm sure there's like a million stories like that about Hollywood.
Oh yeah, don't go up to Harvey Weinstein's place and asking for a partner in one of his movies.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's still the Kevin Spacey thing. I still find it funny. It's not funny, but it's funny. They're like, so what do you think about these accusations being thrown at you about you sleeping around with underage boys from coming into the business? He's like, I don't know. It's probably true. I am gay. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how he comes. That's how he comes out about being gay and says, it probably happened.
it probably happened. That's my excuse for being a pedophile is that I'm gay. Fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of you get like a pass for certain things, but there's certain things that pass will not allow.
I don't give a shit what your pass is. If you're like, oh yeah, I'm a pedophile because A, B, and C, you're still a fucking pedophile, and fuck you for that.
I have ADD. That's why I'm chopping this guy's head off right now.
Yes.
No. It doesn't work that way.
Oh yeah. The great Ted Bundy excuse. Oh yeah, I'm addicted to porn, so I murdered 44 women.
Oh, that is a legit excuse. I mean, fuck, porn's expensive. I mean, it was back in the day with him.
It was back in the day. Now it's free.
Yeah.
I was gonna say back in the day. Now you just gotta turn on fucking CBS and you got.
Were we talking about it on the show or off of the show about OnlyFans and why do we need OnlyFans? Because Pornhub's free.
I always say like I don't think we talked about this on the show, but I always say OnlyFans is like because amateur porn is like very huge on Pornhub, but like OnlyFans is like, oh, this person at work has one. This person at work who I've always wanted to see naked. Oh, well, I'll pay $10 a month to go see this person naked.
It's like Anita in accounting's got a fucking OnlyFans.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
like, what? I have to see this. Wait.
I was like, wait,
are you looking up Anita in accounting? What the fuck?
Anita in accounting has this? Anita in accounting is like, she's hot. I gotta go see her boobies now.
Like, imagine we're gonna go back.
We're
gonna go back a little bit.
Her fisting herself. Cool.
Imagine going back. All right, you work in the office, and Pam Beasley's got it. Yeah. That'd be like, what?
Or she's just taking this monster dildo in her ass.
Okay, yeah.
Like, hold on. If you do an OnlyFans and you just do lewds, no, I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
But if you are doing an OnlyFans and you are just like just wrist deep up in yourself,
you're putting on a one-person show for an hour.
I haven't seen. Show me something that's worth my $10 a month.
Yeah, but that's the crazy thing. Like you say, like the Pam Beasley
inside you.
Yeah, like the Pam Beasley kind of meek and quiet girl at work is kind of fucking OnlyFans, and she's like insane on there. I can see that. Yeah,
that's the appeal.
So Zach, how many subscriptions do you have?
Like a good actually, none.
This is a good time for what now?
I said this is a good time to plug. Within the next couple of weeks, we are starting a Dark Asylum OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It'll be the lowest rated OnlyFans. We'll actually owe OnlyFans company
The
money.
fuck are you talking about starting one? I've been posting videos for the last 3 years, you dick.
You've just been sending them to me.
Well, I thought that were for the site. What the fuck?
Which, thank you for that. But like next time I see you like giving yourself the Swedish Chef treatment, I'm gonna be upset.
No, somebody turns on a fucking porn of fucking darkness, and they're like, "I didn't know this was a fucking furry porn."
Wow. All right.
They're like, "That's not. He's not wearing a furry costume. That's just him."
Being very, very unapologetic towards the Italian. I think any of them take that, Anyway, so
Speaking of fisting,
WandaVision, yeah.
Hold on, I got a few little points on movies real quick, and then we get into WandaVision.
Okay.
I got a couple movie stuff too. So
No.
Okay.
By all means.
Mine is kind of short and sweet. Dana DeHaan, the guy who played Green Goblin in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, shut down all rumors about him returning in Spider-Man 3.
good.
For one, he says, it doesn't make sense to me how they could even do that, so why would I do that? He said he would love to do another superhero movie at some point, but it'd have to make sense to him. So he will not be in The Amazing Spider-Man 3.
So hasn't he been in 3 superhero movies, if I'm thinking of the right guy? So he did, he was Goblin 2, Green Goblin 2. Then he was also in that one, it was like the first person camera, where he got superpowers. No. I'm trying to think of the fucking name.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Him and his friends went to that pier, and then they got superpowers, and he turned into a giant asshole, and they had to take him out.
Yeah. Was that him?
I think that was him. And then he was in Valerian and whatever the fuck. So that's based off a comic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I can only give the dude so many comic book roles from the.
Yeah.
What was that one called? Damn it! There's somebody that's like screaming at their fucking speaker right now. The name of
It's
it.
not like all three of us don't have supercomputers in our pockets.
I'm looking it up right now.
I am too.
I was like, okay. I don't remember what the fuck it was.
Valerian.
Like Discovery. Chronicle. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's done a few superhero movies that, Chronicle was eventually supposed to get a sequel, but it never happened. But so okay, so he won't be returning.
You hear about Tobey Maguire being
a diva? Yep, I was gonna just say that.
Being a what?
A diva on set.
Oh.
Gotta have his money and gotta have his special accommodations, because since he's the original Spider-Man, he has to be treated with special treatment.
Fucking original Spider-Man. That's bullshit. Because there was a live-action TV show with the original Spider-Man. Fuck that.
Yeah, not only that, so
in the 80s.
What they need to do is they need to take each Spider-Man movie.
Japanese guy.
That's true too. Go ahead, V. V. Did we lose him? Oh god.
Yeah.
Ted Schwartz is the original Spider-Man. That's all I have to say.
But what they should do, they should take.
I love how he's talking and he just drops mid-speech, mid-sentence. All right, so we have once again lost Big V. We'll continue on without him.
Professional podcast.
Well, I mean, he is in a closet on Wi-Fi in the middle of a snowstorm, so.
So am I.
Okay, but you got better internet, don't you?
Apparently. I thought CenturyLink was shit, but apparently not.
Oh, he just came back. What were you saying, V?
Oh, I'm saying if they want to talk about money, to take all 3 franchises, throw down which one made the most money, and then they can go from there. Because
Tom Holland.
Yeah. Right?
So they got 2, right? So doesn't Tobey Maguire's do better? Weren't they like aren't they in the top 10 of all time or something?
They've aged poorly.
Well, they've aged poorly, but I mean, as far as box office,
Well, because we have, I don't know.
I thought those were like pretty huge in the box office, top
I know Spider-Man
25.
2 is pretty big.
Yeah, I remember 3 being like really big, but it was a
But then
terrible
everybody was
movie.
mad at
So yeah, everyone like, we're
because he was
getting Venom, and then Venom was a piece of shit. So
Venom was fucking Topher Grayson. Oh yeah, that's a 130-pound Eddie Brock. So scary.
yeah.
Right.
And he canceled that 70s show so he could be in that movie, and everyone hates him for that too. So it's like can't catch no fucking breaks. I haven't seen him in anything since. So
I don't want an Eddie Brock that I can beat the shit out of.
Not Tom Holland, but
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is way more believable as Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
So
I still have that little bit of issue with his like almost like autistic, like the way he's like I don't know, like he gets, it's like he sounds weird on occasion, but I mean I love him as Eddie Brock. It's just
That's
I know
any Tom Hardy movie you watch, he's gonna be doing a stupid voice
because he's trying to talk American instead of Australian.
That is fate. Okay. All right.
Oh, Batman.
Well, that's true. Yeah. That whole movie was him talking in a weird voice.
Yeah.
Back to you, the people.
It would hurt for you. Okay. Well.
Okay. Couple other things on the superhero topic. Invincible is giving they're in the works of developing a live action.
Oh.
I hope
And
so.
it won't be there. It's in development, and it won't be connected to the animated show. So it's going to be 2 separate. You're going to have your animated, and you're going to have your live action movie.
Oh, shit.
I'm so happy that people are gonna find out about Invincible.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
It's so good.
But I mean, if it just covers the first trade paperback, then it's gonna suck. But then the sequel's gonna be better.
Trust me, it starts off slow, people. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice, Invincible starts off slow, but it ends fucking awesome.
Yeah, get to issue like 10 and you're golden.
Yeah. I'd say once you get to issue like 6, then it's great.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, any other movie news there, V?
We got Borderlands. They just casted Kevin Hart as Soldier Roland.
Cool.
Okay.
Wait, what? Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart. I was like, okay. Is this like Jumanji?
Yeah.
You
Right.
you stuck 3 things in my head. I was like, yes, Borderlands. Yes, Kevin Hart. Yes, Soldier Roland. Wait, Soldier Roland's supposed to be a tall guy, like tall, intimidating guy.
The Rock is Soldier Hall. Yeah, maybe, but Kevin Hart. I don't know. Okay.
Then Raya and the Last Dragon is going to cost the same on Disney Plus as Mulan did.
What the hell's Raya and the Last Dragon?
I won't watch it.
It's a cool looking animated movie that I'm interested in seeing, but I'll wait until it goes free.
What was that other one that came out right around Christmas? They just made it free, right? Soul?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, with the dead air, I'm sure everyone saw it.
Yeah, definitely.
So they didn't charge for that one, but they're going to charge for the other one.
Uh-huh.
I hope it gets them in the same fucking situation as the last time they tried that shit. Disneyland just canceled fucking annual pass holders too, so fuck them. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they did away with the annual passes. So for Disney World and Disneyland. Disneyland hasn't been able to even open up yet, so yeah, the cats and rats are taking over Disneyland because there's no people to scare them off during the day.
And then my last thing, and it's so I could leave this on movies on a wonderful note. That's me. I don't know if anybody else has movies, but Captain Marvel 2 may be featuring 3 leading superheroes. 1 being Captain Marvel, 2 being Miss Marvel. What?
I'm sorry. It's just a natural reaction.
And the 3rd one being Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau. Yeah, that's the daughter of her friend from the first one.
Of her friend. So
yeah.
the only thing I could say is I bet fucking Brie Larson right now is fucking throwing a fit and burning down her fucking mansion, because we all know what Brie Larson is. Brie Larson's a cunt.
Oh, I don't know where you get that idea from, but okay. Oh
But
yeah,
that's my movie news.
Monica Rambeau is actually one of the original Captain Marvels, and Miss Marvel they're probably gonna establish with the TV show first and then shove her in. So I guess we'll see how it all goes. But leading right into that, is it time for WandaVision?
Well, it's a good time to lead into WandaVision unless Zack had something else.
I think Zack left to piss again, or he had an aneurysm.
I tried to do it while Big V was talking.
He had to piss again. All right. All right.
I've been trying to be healthy and drink a lot of water. Were you guys trying to talk to me?
No, not really.
No.
But so episode 3 of WandaVision. What are your thoughts and takes? What'd you think?
It was fucking great.
Yeah.
This whole show's been great so far. It's the first episode to me was very confusing at first, and it was really only because I got home, started watching, and ended up falling asleep like partway through it. Not because of the show, just because I was like dead ass tired. Ended up seeing the whole episode, but not remembering it all fully. So I was a little confused. I was like, "Fuck, wait." So I went back and watched it. I'm like, "Okay, I'm getting it." It starts off very campy and goofy, and then it's slowly just morphing into this like,
Yeah, it started off real heavy. Yeah, it started off real heavy with the sitcom kind of thing, and there was just a couple weird little things sprinkled in, and as the episodes are progressing, it's getting weirder and weirder.
And that's kind of like kind of the point of it, where like
it's. I mean, I was thrilled to see.
It started off really slow, where like they're having dinner, and then like dude starts choking, and then that was like the single weird moment in the show, and then the weird moments just get bigger and longer.
Right.
Yeah.
Homie cutting the wall.
Yeah, like weird things. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I like that shit. I like that we have Thomas and William now. We got Wiccan and Speed. So that's kind of interesting to see where that goes, if anywhere. The ending where it seems like where her friend got thrown out of this reality or whatever the fuck's going on, and you see the type of manpower they have trying to contain whatever the fuck's going on, like Shield's there, and they're trying to find out why is there this giant fucking energy force field here. So that is cool to see too.
Held here.
Yeah,
I love all the commercials being Hydra related.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, when the fuck is it happening in the timeline? Is it Wanda doing it? Is it someone doing it to Wanda? Is it, what the fuck's gonna happen? So it's doing what it's supposed to do and keep me interested and want to see what the fuck happens next.
Well, yeah, I was like,
I'm like, theory.
Okay. Let's hear your theory.
What do we all think? Hold on. So I think it's after Endgame, after the snap. And they've always been kind of scared of Wanda, like Shield, now Sword. They've always been scared of like Tony Stark. They're all scared of Wanda. Like, if you remember Civil War, Vision was supposed to just be keeping her at the Avengers compound.
Yeah.
What if after the snap, after Thanos is beaten, they're like so terrified of her that they just keep her in this like almost artificial reality where she could just stay there and be happy because like in reality, in the continuity, Vision's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Vision's also an artificial intelligence, so it kind of like keeps up the idea that like he could still be alive in this like weird almost VR experience that's meant to be kind of like her prison almost, where she's just stayed in there, and then if we ever need her to deal with a superhuman like alien, because that's what Sword is supposed to be. It's the space division of fucking Shield.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to be just kept here, kept quiet, not out running around causing problems, with Vision living her ideal life.
Yeah, I could see that actually. I mean, and when at the end of Infinity, she was fucking like almost on the brink of having a fucking episode, because Vision was dead and Thanos lived and everything else, and the snap took her. So
Yep.
when she comes back at the end of Endgame, she goes after Thanos, and they have that big scene where Thanos is like, "I don't even know who the fuck you are. You took everything from me." He's like, "I don't fucking know you." So
Okay.
that
She's
could
like,
have,
oh, you will.
yeah. I mean, she kind of got her moment of revenge, but not really. She's probably had a psychotic break, or she's had a lot of stress, or she's had a lot of whatever you want to call it, fuck with her head.
And Shield is canonically terrified of her.
Yeah. And they don't know. First of all, she's basically from a fucking experimental lab. I mean, and they don't have mutants in the Marvel universe yet, so the MCU. So they had to make them fucking like Nazi experiments, basically. So that's a big problem for Shield already. The fact that she can alter reality, telekinetic, and all this other shit probably doesn't help at all. So yeah, she might be in like, remember that thing that Tony Stark had where he was moving that part of his before his parents left.
Yeah.
He was at MIT showing it off. What if she's in something like that and she doesn't realize it?
That's kind of my thought about it.
And they just uploaded Jarvis into there to kind of like,
exactly.
So because Jarvis is still a thing, they put him in Vision, but he's got copies. So
yeah, Vision's hard copy is dead because they don't have the the Soul Stone anymore.
Yeah.
But he's still an AI. He's still an artificial intelligence that they could create, and he could interact with her as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what's confusing me a little bit, because he's also started to figure out something's not right.
See, that was the thing I was going to start hitting on, was when he said something and he's like, "What's going on?" And then the show, like, it almost looked like it jumped backwards, and everyone's like, "What the fuck just happened?" And then they redid the scene. So Vision was kind of figuring it out, and then that lady that was in there, the friend of hers that helped deliver the baby, she brought up fucking Quicksilver. So your brother, Ultron, killed him, and she fucking freaked out. Then the chick gets fucking ejected like 40 miles outside of that zone.
You know who that chick is, right?
Who?
The chick that got ejected out of that little zone.
Monica Rambeau.
What?
We're like fucking investigators over here.
Oh shit, this is like real detective work.
So the thing is,
that's a good possibility.
If Vision was just an AI, I don't think they wouldn't program him to help figure things out. If they put him in there, he'd be put in there to fucking actually prevent her from figuring things out.
He's also he's also a super intelligence too, and he'll eventually figure out, and maybe that's why everything kind of got rewound, and he was just like he wasn't like, oh shit, did everything just get rewound? He just got rewound and then back to like happy 50s or 60s Vision husband man.
Oh shit, she's listed in the fucking credits as Monica Rambeau.
Really?
Yeah, I just looked up WandaVision cast on IMDb. She's fucking Monica Rambeau. Damn, V. Smarter, you've done your homework. Teyona Paris is listed as Monica Rambeau. And we're supposed to get Randall Park in there sometime too, so that's kind of interesting.
Cool.
But I don't want spoilers or anything. So
Right. Oh yeah. No, it's I'm really loving it, and I guess this Friday's episode is supposed to be even more spectacular.
yeah, do we know how many episodes it's going to be? Is it 12? Is it 8? Is it 24? Is it what the fuck? Do we know?
No.
No. Okay.
Whenever Doctor Strange shows up and said, "Hey, let's get you out of this bullshit."
Yeah. Like I said that we've talked about already. I think her big psychotic break is going to shatter the multiverse. So
Yes.
that's what leads into everything else.
Especially because she's with Vision, who she loves, and now they have kids together, and then she's gonna find out it's all lies, and then she's gonna have a mental break, and then she's gonna start whatever version of House of M that the Marvel Universe can have.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think they're doing it a little too soon because having Captain America and Tony Stark and all them come back, it's a little too soon. Like, oh, they just died. Oh, they're back. You know, I would have put it off a little bit further because it would have been cool to see, Captain America and all them come back through the multiverse. But it'll still be cool to see what they do with it and what changes long term.
It would have been cool to see, like, kind of how the comic books do when Peter takes over Stark Industries.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been an interesting thing to see too, and we may even see it. It could happen.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's been forever. So the next time we see Spider-Man, he might be the big CEO.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. All right, so that was WandaVision episode 3. What else we got to hit here? We want to do comic book club now?
Fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right, finally. 2 weeks. Wait, real quick. Sorry. Since we didn't read anything this week, I read some of the DC Future stuff. So some of it's actually really good. Some of it's a little weird. I read Catwoman, and I guess Bruce Wayne's dead, but then they find him on a train. And then I read Batman, and Batman's got no money, but he carries his bat mask around in his pocket and puts it on whenever he needs to go fight crime. And I read Green Lantern and John Stewart. None of the Green Lanterns have their rings because I guess the battery died and like ringless. And that's as far as I've gotten so far. So Green Lantern and Batman and Catwoman. I got a couple more to get into, like 10 more issues of this series. So if anything gets really good, I'll let you know. There's a nice little side story with Grifter from Wildcats, which was actually pretty cool. But it's not terrible yet. I haven't gotten any of the terrible stuff that people are talking about. So Catwoman was okay. Batman was good. Green Lantern was just kind of meh. But there's my review for that.
That's the whole Green Lantern run, though.
Don't tell Bad Blood, but yeah, Green Lantern's just kind of meh.
I'll tell him right to his face because I like to see him cry about
it. All right, so Comic Book Club for the second week in a row. Mark Millar's Wanted. I reread it because I liked it a lot and I wanted a refresher.
Same.
Oh, okay, so you had read it before. V,
yeah.
What was your?
You accused me of not doing it.
I didn't fucking say that, but okay. V, what's your impressions? What'd you think?
I loved it. It was a trip. Like one of the first things. I mean, the beginning caught me, like when homeboy's running around the fucking rope, fucking capping everybody gets up to the top, and they're like, "Hey, we're not the ones. We're just a distraction." And the guy's like, "Oh fuck." I'm hooked. I'm like, this shit's awesome. Fucking him fucking lying in bed telling his story about how he goes into the fucking cop shop and just starts capping all the cops. I was just like, fuck. This book is just like brutal as fuck.
If anybody listening to this loved the movie, the book is so much better and so much more like gritty and violent.
I so wish they would have made this into the movie. Like, I liked
Yes.
Wanted. Wanted was a good movie. I didn't know it was the comic book.
Yeah.
And then if I did, I'd probably been really disappointed because it's nowhere. They're two different things, really.
They took like the bare bones premise of Wanted the comic and they changed it to make a movie so that they didn't have geeky superheroes in it because this is before the big superhero. So, yeah, they just massacred the fucking story. And it's actually funny because Mark Millar based the main characters off of celebrities already in hopes that they would get them for the movie. So it was based on Eminem and Halle Berry. if you look at them, that's who he fucking was basically drawing.
I was going to say I thought that was.
I totally thought that.
Yeah, and he was hoping it was in the hopes that he would get them to play them in the movie. So, but yeah, they didn't fucking do anything with that. But yeah, so much better characters, you know.
Oh, I mean, fucking, it was great. I was like, and that's why I asked you that one day. I was like, I have these problems sometimes where I can't remember like exact things. I'm like, dude, the book. I'm like, fucking. They made a shitty movie out of it that had fucking Angelina Jolie. What the fuck? And that's why I asked you. I'm like, what's the name? You're like, what? I'm like, oh, that's right. So I looked and they didn't have it there because I wanted to buy it. Like,
yeah,
I wanted to own this.
Yeah, it was very interesting how like watching the movie. You see where they got the ideas from, but reading the book, you're like, this is what it could have been? What the fuck? So, and the very thinly veiled representations of major heroes and what they are. Like Clayface was fucking shitbrick. It was like, and the guy that seemed like he had Down syndrome was basically Bizarro, and you know, stuff like that. You watch it and they had Adam West and Burt Ward get killed basically in a death trap, and it's just it's very interesting how he could get away with it and just be very thinly veiled what they were, you know. So yeah,
right,
liked it a lot, and they went to a different alternate universe to get a kryptonite condom and all this stuff.
Is this the guy who did the Kick-Ass?
Yeah, same guy. Also? Yeah,
See,
and Nemesis.
His books always, his books always are like kind of interesting reads because he almost like has a disdain for the main characters.
Yeah,
like at points.
Yeah,
or
he's
he puts them through so much shit.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? I want to make these guys fucking assholes because he's Scottish. But yeah, it's like, oh, fuck these guys. He also did Kingsman, so I mean, Eggsy is basically like the whole world fucked with him, you know, and he became fucking secret agent. So, but yeah, he's done a lot of good stuff. Yeah, and it's basically what a lot of his things are, like Kick-Ass. Like he's a fucking nerd, and then he becomes a badass. And then you got Wanted. He starts off, he's just a fucking pushed around nerd, and then he becomes a badass. And then you got Kingsman, where he's a fucking nerd, and then he becomes a badass. But yeah, it's like his premise, but he does it well, so fuck it, you know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, I read the Kick-Ass books, and it always seems like he just hates the character, the Kick-Ass.
He puts that fucking kid through so much shit. It was
like,
just...
you thought the movie was like the kid gets the shit kicked out of him. He goes through fucking emotional trauma.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like there's more than just getting his ass beat. You know, he gets a lot of shit done to him. So, but yeah, I mean, all the stuff that he's done on his own has been great. But he's worked on all the big names in comics too. I mean, he's done Fantastic Four, he's done Batman, he's done Swamp Thing. He's done all kinds of shit. But it's always great to see him do his own stuff and it go and be good. So,
yeah. Right.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I liked it. The artwork was great. The story is great. And I go back. That's one of those ones that I'll go back and read every so often because it's not a long read. I mean, it's like 6 issues, but it's not wordy for the most part.
Right.
So yeah, but I liked it. Zach.
Sweet.
Who's picking this week? Is it you, Zach, or?
It is my turn.
Yeah. Okay. What
Is it
you
your
got?
turn?
So,
Uh-oh. You're gonna
it is
fight
my
now?
turn. I hope so, because I've been sitting on one of two picks. I've been dwelling on this, and I finally got my picks down.
Okay. What do you
Right,
got?
that's because.
Coming off of you motherfucker.
Go ahead.
So I was waiting for you to cut in. All right, so coming off of Wanted, speaking of fighting the patriarchy, my pick this week is Image Comics, of course. Bitch Planet Volume 1, Extraordinary Machine.
Okay. Number one or first run or what?
It's
First trade.
it's Volume 1.
Okay. Image. Do we have a writer or anything?
Kelly DeConnick.
Oh, I don't read chick comics. No, I was kidding.
Well, that's what my pick is. Oh, this one has women in it. It's gonna make you even madder because the lead character is a black woman. Ooh.
Okay. You mean like Monica Rambeau?
Yeah.
Or Misty Knight, or I could name a few more, but
Are you being butthurt?
Okay. No, why?
Did Big V get kicked out?
No, he's just not talking.
No, I'm right here.
Oh.
He's trying to find this. I'll just pull the old Zack and not read it and just kind of pretend like I did. All right. No. All right. So there you go. Anything else? Any odds and ends? Anything like that?
That is it.
So I'm just gonna mention Sign Guy's question. None of us are obligated to answer it because he's been coming up with some real weird ones lately. What are our thoughts on the Salt and Pepper docudrama, movie, whatever the fuck, on Lifetime? So
I can't wait to never watch it.
Yeah, I don't know why he's asking questions like this. He's come up with some good ones that have taken up like half a show. Yeah, like a lot of them are self-oriented when it comes with him, but like when was the time we came close to face, and I'm just like, every time I get the question of the week now, fucker. But so I think I owe him like 16 or 17. What was the closest time we ever came to punching him in the face?
Oh, yeah.
But every time I get his question is now a new toss-up as to the closest I want to. So you got about 25 coming your way, Sign Guy, until next week, where it'll be jacked up to 26. And that's from all of us. So you're looking at quite a few, pal. Anyway.
See how reffing those freak show matches go for you.
All right. So I'm just going to pull him into a big splash in the corner from V, just for shits and giggles. Like, why would V be splashing me? No fucking reason. I'm just going to pull Sign Guy in the way of it. So fuck it, But all right, I guess that's it for this week. Watch WandaVision because we're going to be talking heavily about it next show, and go read Bitch Planet.
Bitch Planet.
All right, so for wonderful Zack winners,
Bitch Planet,
and Big Vicious,
Bitch Planet.
I am Darkness, and Asylum is closed.